Picture a jungle. It has vines and trees and is very crowded. It is very hard to walk through a jungle because of all the tangled vines. When you were born, your brain was kind of like that jungle. You had a lot of neurons, but they were crowded and many of them were not connected to one another. A big part of brain development is the way we connect those neurons to one another. As you had more and more experiences, your neurons fired, starting to make connections. The experiences we have decide the connections that we form in our brains, kind of like deciding what pathways we clear through a jungle. When you started to crawl, talk, and walk, your neurons were firing. When you started to run and play games, your neurons were firing. When you go to school and learn or start taking music lessons, your neurons are firing. Funny enough, one of the most important things that you can do when you are young to form those pathways in your brain is to be creative and play. Things like art, games, and playing on the playground are great times for your neurons to fire. Later on, as you get a little bit older, your brain starts to change. It becomes more organized. It has two jobs in that stage, pruning and paving. Pruning means that your brain begins to get rid of the neurons that it hasn't used. And paving is making those pathways that you have formed a little bit faster and stronger. Let's think about it. What types of pathways are you creating in your brain? Are there things that you want to get really good at? If so, you need to practice because that makes those connections stronger. The good news is we get to choose the experiences that we have. So we get to choose what type of brain we create.